I just need to shut down. You know, it's just 24 hours a day, it feels like sometimes. It doesn't just apply to nurses, it applies to everyone. And she talked about how people came for her in the third part, but you're trading your time for money. Welcome back to my vlog. I'm Chrissy and I will be the host for this mid-year reset, extending a warm greeting to my newcomers and a heartfelt thank you to my OGs who have been riding with me through these YouTube streets. Today's mid-year reset is going to be a very informational one. I'm going to walk you through my planner, walk you through my quarter 3 goals. Who can believe we're into the third quarter of 2023? But yeah, we're going to go through third quarter goals, the planner layout, and I have a few different documents that may be very helpful to most people. So one is on setting boundaries, some different planner inserts. So if you're interested in this type of content, watch on. Please consider subscribing, drop me a like, comment below. I am going to have quite a few inserts I'm showing you in this video. So if there's anything that you're specifically interested in, please make sure you let me know and I'll try to get a link for that. Most of these documents I kind of redid in Canva, so I should be able to link a PDF in the description. So let me know what ones you guys might be interested in and I'll make sure that I update the description with those documents. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start here with today. I just have my computer in front of me here. So today is Saturday, July 15th, and on the agenda for today I have to film. I have a nail appointment I went to already at 3 p.m. I got my nails like this peach color, you can't tell. And review my quarterly goals, reflect on my previous quarter goals. So far I'm doing very good today. So my third quarter goals are going to consist of more personal and wellness goals. I usually tend to place more focus on work, but I have to add more balance by prioritizing other parts of my life. Each of these goals are easily incorporated into my planning system, which I'll show you shortly. So my third quarter goals are to call someone weekly instead of texting. I can dedicate a day to this in my weekly calendar every week, just maybe every Thursday, to maybe pick up the phone and just call someone instead of texting them. I'm so used to going to work and having conversations and critical thinking and just engaging with people all day that when I come home I kind of want to shut down, where I'm not answering calls. I don't even really like replying to texts for real. And a lot of times I don't want to do anything that is involving people. It's horrible and I want to get out of that because I shouldn't let work do that to me, and it does. It gets to be so stressful that it's like I just need to shut down. You know, it's just 24 hours a day, it feels like sometimes. So we're not going to go there. According to Tawanda, she's another nurse here on YouTube who has some really good vlogs. She did this vlog called Broke Nurses that broke the internet, and it has 3 parts to it. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. Her name is According to Tawanda, and it's called Broke Nurses, and it's like part 1, 2, and 3. I think she might have renamed the third one a little something different because it doesn't just apply to nurses, it applies to everyone. And she talked about how people came for her in the third part, and it was funny because it's like what she was saying was so true. And she said, like, you know, it's not necessarily she's always saying broke meaning that you're financially broke, but you're trading your time for money, and that time is expensive. So, you know, it hit with me. I'm like, you really do, you know, there's a lot of time that I've missed and traded off for money that I just can't get back, and you have no clue. But anyway, I want to take at least 1 PTO day monthly. I can plan that into my monthly or quarterly inserts. Clean up my diet, meal prep, increase my water intake, plan out healthy snacks, eat 3 times a day. Those things are going to go on my weekly calendar. So that's just going to be basically meal prepping. YouTube, trying to get out 1 to 2 videos per week utilizing the app ClickUp. So I have this, I downloaded ClickUp, the app. It's a free app. There's, I think, 3 different major ones I heard of, Notion, ClickUp, and the other one started with an A. I think it might have been Asana. I heard that ClickUp is the most difficult, which is why I went for this one, because I kind of like a challenge. Although I don't want to be thinking about stuff when I'm home, I do like to learn new things. So that's why I chose ClickUp. It's a project management app, and it just kind of, so far I like it. It helps to streamline things and show you where you're at in the process. So I don't want to put YouTube videos on my planner necessarily. I think having this app is a little bit better for me. Following my habit tracker. So the habit tracker is a way to establish simple routines, like just following a prayer schedule or reading your devotional, things like that, that you can just put onto a habit tracker, and after so much time, usually kind of make that habit a part of your daily life. I like to make 1 upgrade to my house. I do own a house that I haven't made any upgrades to in some time, but I'd like to start making upgrades to that house. Certifications and CEUs, I'd like to start making sure I schedule out my CEUs and things like that every month if possible. There's a lot of things out there, and a lot of times I'll skip going to them or joining in them because I'm consumed with work and I'm like, oh, I can't get out of the office for that. And I'm gonna have to start prioritizing those things. It's a must. So I want to start getting out of the office more to further my education. Cleaning up my diet, avoid stress eating, by eating 3 meals per day, increasing my water intake, and keeping healthy snacks around like almonds. That still goes, and I still have to kind of streamline these goals somewhat. So that's going to really go with meal prepping. I also like to focus on relearning delayed gratification. Like there's so many apps out there like Uber and Amazon, Instacart. Everything is so convenient. You get that instant gratification. It's made life so simple but complicated. You know, where things that it makes you more impatient. So I'd like to relearn that delayed gratification. So we're going to go through my planner here. Planning for me helps to have a clear vision of what I'm doing. It sets a tone for my week and helps me to avoid procrastination. So there's different lists that I keep. Some things that go on the top of my calendar are the non-negotiables. They go in the calendar first so I can build around them. Appointments, family, work, those types of things are my non-negotiables that go into my calendar. And then of course, like I said, I build around those things. The calendar to me serves more as a guide than a to-do list. It keeps me grounded when wandering off track. I also think it's very important to plan my vacations out, and it makes me motivated to have something to look forward to. I want to maximize my summer days. I live in a city that has winter and snow months, so it's very important that I'm enjoying this time while we have it. A plan without a goal is just a wish. So they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Planning for me really does truly help structure my day. Some key things I try to remember is progress over perfection, live in the present with more intention, and to scale my goals back realistically when needed. Yearly goals are just an abstract concept. There's no need to establish your goals by December. There's no reason that your goals can't be scaled back, pushed to a later date, an earlier date, or whatever. So those things are very important to remember. Focus on doing less instead of doing more. Don't add a boatload of goals onto your already packed schedule. Reduce your goals to the essentials. Focus your energy on just a few main goals that you can have as umbrella goals onto other things. So those can be like personal, work, and health. So in essence, you want to cut back on non-essential goals, schedule a plan, focus on one thing at a time, and reflect. So I'm preparing my mid-year reset now that we enter the third quarter of the year. And here we are. I'm going to take you on a walk through my planner. So you see this first page here that we reviewed. That's a part of my dailies. So my dailies look like this. In the beginning of each of these weeks, there's a weekly layout that has all the days on them. So I can put dates on there to kind of just have a week at a glance type of thing. If you'd like to see that, let me know and I'll show you guys that. I didn't think that you would really need to see the weekly as well, but this is the daily. On the top here are my must-dos, things that I want to get done during the day. I try to keep this to 3 things. Sometimes I get carried away and have 5, 6 things up there, but I try to keep it to a minimum. Those are the major focuses of my day and I'm not overwhelming myself. The next section here are things that are essential but not a priority, so things I want to get to but they can be migrated to a different day if need be. And then the next section there is the schedule, so if there's anything that's time sensitive, it goes there, like different meetings. And the last section at the bottom is where I keep my notes at. If I need more space, I tend to write in the borders here or on a different page. I have a page, just a blank paper that I can write notes on. So this here is just one of my dashboards. I have a dashboard in the front of each of my monthly sections. I only keep about 3 months of inserts at a time because I have daily, so my planner can get really fat. So the daily plan is to plan the night before, not the morning of. Write your 6 top tasks for work and personal. So I told you I keep my top 3 for work. I also keep another top 3 separate for personal. Rank them in order of importance. Finish the first task before moving on to the next. Complete your task in order of importance. Do not multitask. Transfer any uncompleted tasks to the next day. And this insert actually came from a book. I can't remember the guy's name. But if I found it, I will list it below. And then this next section here is what I call an inbox. This is another system that I found online. I tweaked it just a little bit, and there's some things I'm going to take out of this that I don't really utilize. The inbox is very helpful, but all of the different categories for me aren't working. It's a little bit too much. So what the inbox is, it's almost like a brain dump system, and it has different categories for you to categorize your thoughts in immediately. So you would just throw down your thoughts here, and then you place them. Like if it's, you're thinking, I have to go to my sister's birthday dinner, and you already have a date for that, you would throw that on your calendar. There's a next section for, I don't use that section, but it's like, it tells the next steps that you need to do with something. A waiting on section, that is very important for me for work. It helps to follow up with people, and I'll show you that section shortly. Projects, I haven't used that section much. Someday, maybe later, that is like another list or brain dump section. So if there's something that's really not that important, but you'd like to get to it eventually, you would throw that on a list so that you can always refer to it down the line when you just have free time, your mind's wandering, and you're looking for something to do. And then there's a reference section if it's just something you just want to reference. And that's just like having a note section. I don't use that section much either. So this here is very important to me. This is my quarterly overview section. I keep 2 years of quarterly inserts in my agenda. The reason for that is, like I said, I only carry 3 months of monthlies or dailies, you should say, at a time, so that my planner does not become too thick. But this allows me to still get those future dates marked down. So if I'm sitting in a meeting with someone and they want to schedule a meeting with me for 4 months from now, I can go 4 months down the road in my quarterly overview and throw that on the calendar there. And then when it's time for me to pull out another month, I can just migrate those things off of the quarterly and put them onto the new month. It makes things so easy. I really do like this because it's not like you're flipping through pages looking for where to put the information at. This is the waiting on section. So it has the date assigned, who you assigned that task to, your first follow-up, second follow-up, and the result. People hate this. People hate this because you absolutely, I'll be right. Let me talk to you. Remember, I'm still waiting on this. And people, they probably don't hate it. It's probably just a little bit annoying because it seems like I'm remembering things, and yeah. Although I forget a lot, but the very important stuff I do use this waiting on for. The next section is my habits tracker. The habits tracker is, like I said, a way for me to try to establish better routines and to see where I'm at. It's almost like a reward system, because when I'm looking through my habits tracker and I have so many days checked off that I've done something, it makes me so proud of myself, and it makes me more motivated to keep doing that thing. So the habits tracker is very nice. This here is just a layout of my day. It just shows me what my days typically look like. And again, if I'm losing focus or I just feel like my day is chaotic, I can bring myself back in by reviewing this. So it has mornings. In my mornings, I wake up early. At least I try to. Stretch. I've gotten away from that. Morning and PM. For a while, I was doing the stretching. It was part of my habit tracker. It definitely became a part of my daily routine eventually. And then something happened where chaos struck at work and things just started to spiral. And I started doing less and less for myself and following my own systems less and less, and it's not working out. I have to get back to it, and that's going to include setting some boundaries at work, which I will show you those little inserts I have later. Brushing your teeth, prayer, meditation, and inspiration, listening to a podcast or YouTube, something inspirational. Drinking my cup of coffee or water. It's usually more often coffee. Reviewing my plan for the day, shower, getting dressed for work. My PM routine consists of wiping my counters in the bathroom and the kitchen, loading the dishwasher, shower, brushing my teeth, skincare, taking my vitamins. I've gotten away from that. Updating my planner, reviewing the plans for tomorrow's schedule, laying out my clothes and packing my lunch, stretching, prayer, and reading. So daily, for my planner, I migrate unfinished tasks, update and review my finances, update my trackers, and pre-plan for the coming days, weeks, or months. Weekly, I transfer events, weekly tasks, birthdays, and holidays from monthlies to my dailies or wherever they need to go. I sync my paper and digital calendars. I schedule time-sensitive events, budget and track expenses, schedule weekly task card to-dos. These are cards I made for myself for work that tasks that I need to do throughout the week, every week, routinely, just to refer to again when I'm feeling out of whack and I just need something to reground me. It just brings me back into that balance and harmony. Transfer unfinished tasks, review inbox and archive old inserts. Monthly, I review my pre-plan and monthlies. I start a new tracker. I review my inboxes, schedule monthly task card to-dos. I also have a monthly. On top of having a weekly task card, I have a monthly. So things that are routinely done on a monthly basis at work are written on that monthly task card. I replace my calendar cards and trackers, finance and habit trackers, and then I plan out goals and projects. This is another dashboard I have. It's really cute. I made this on Canva. It has a picture of me in a cartoon form. Balance is not something you find, it's something you create. This is a very important saying to me, is that I'm not going to find balance unless I create it. And right now I am so unbalanced with work. So I do want to do more to find that balance, because where it's at right now, this ain't what I signed up for. This is another cute dashboard, a self-care recipe. This recipe guide is to help you enjoy your self-care days a lot more. The ingredients are you, your favorite activity or something you've been wanting to do, time, and a relaxed mindset. Steps are to plan a self-care day each week or month. Do something you love or been wanting to do. Turn off or silence notifications for the time being. Make sure you're in the right mindset for this moment to really enjoy your self-care and time to yourself. Let go of all worries, thoughts, and distractions by focusing on what's in front of you. Be in the now. Once you have finished giving yourself some love for this day, remember to document this day for memories. So that's another one I found online, but I thought was really cute. And this is a budget insert. So there's Paycheck 1 and Paycheck 2. There's 2 of these, and it goes with another sheet that I use with this. It has like a monthly layout, and it just allows you to place your different bills and things that are due out of each paycheck so that you can balance your paychecks. These right here are some inserts I have just to help with emails. It's like emailing tips. Some of them I don't use so much, like emailing an opening statement, you know, things that you're just used to doing. But with all the office politics right nowadays, I find these very helpful. Sometimes people tend to take the wrong message from emails and text and things like that. So I try to refer to this so that I'm not getting caught up in the office politics. Just leave me out of it. One that I find very helpful is asking for clarification. This one has been a gold mine for me. So this section here is the setting boundaries section. This is so important. I keep this on my desk. I refer to it as often as possible. Sometimes I forget to refer to it, but I do need to make sure I am keeping this close by, because in the work environments nowadays, it can become you can become consumed if you don't set boundaries. And I honestly am pretty good with setting boundaries, but lately it's just like so much has been happening that I'm starting to get a little loose in that area, and I gotta rein it back in. I have to rein it back in. So define, identify your desired boundary, communicate, say what you need, stay simple, don't over explain, and set consequences. Say why this is important. So this just has different ways to set boundaries. So people are making statements to you, you make responses like, I've never thought about it that way, but I like to process it before continuing this conversation. A lot of times people try to trap you into a conversation that you're just not ready to have. And again, you do need to process it, you know, especially myself. It's like, and instead of reacting negatively, I like to have these types of references so I know how to respond. Because a lot of times, more often than not, people just try to back you into a corner in conversations that it's just not the appropriate time for. So you can read through these. Again, if you think that any of these inserts will be helpful for you, please let me know in the comments below, and I will link them in the description box. Just let me know which ones you think are helpful, or all of them if you feel like all of them. I just don't want to waste my time linking them if you guys don't feel like they'll really be useful for you. But yeah, so this one, I understand that you think X will have this outcome, but I don't believe that to be true. This is why I believe in something different. I'm currently overwhelmed. I would appreciate having this conversation with you at a different time. I'm currently overwhelmed. Can you send this information to me so I can have time to process what you are asking? I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings. As a human, I am trying to protect my needs too. I appreciate that you may have many great ideas. However, At this time, I like this space to come up with my own creative ideas. I don't have the information I wish I had for you. I'm going to need some time and space to gather it. I will send it to you when it's ready. Thank you for considering me. Unfortunately, at this time, I need to decline. No, thank you. I don't need to give an explanation. I appreciate that you want to see me, but I need you to leave. My space is very important to me. So these things cover different things. So it can be personal relationships, work things. For me, this is more for work. The boundaries need to be established at work. It's very important for me to keep boundaries at work. So that's pretty much the layout of my planner. Like I said, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If there's something that you want from these inserts, let me know. And like I said, I'll link them. Do me a favor and drop me a like. Subscribe if you like this type of content. If you'd like to see anything else, please drop it in the comments below. I'd be happy to elaborate on my process. And I thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.